Ugh, what's this? Well, this is pretty old. Oh, goodness. These are some of my oldest flipbooks. What about the rest? Now, I was digging through some of my old stuff, and I found this. Now, these are some of my oldest flipbooks. Notice they're in orange paper. I used to cut it up and then turn it into these flipbooks. This one's actually made out of a notepad with 4 different flipbooks on this side and 1 on this side. I could fit 3 more on there. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ones with orange paper, and then I have some of these with white paper. And the white paper are a lot more skilled flipbooks. Now, there's a lot here, so stick around to see all of them. We are back to the desk. We have all the flipbooks right here. So to get started, we're going to start with the ones with orange paper, because they're the oldest. Now, let's try this one. This one has quite the story. It's called Lanky Grab, which is a really, really awkward title. And the reason for that is because this flipbook was actually part of a game I was making. So I was making a game where it was a little thing I thought up and tried out. It was a game where you'd start off with one flipbook of a fighting character, and then he would do some move like this, and see how it ends right here. So it means you win, because your character won. So now you'd have to go on, and you'd have to pick, okay, what's my character going to do next? There'll be 2 flipbooks laying in front of you. One will have Run Away, which is just random, but one will have Run Away, and the other one will have Go Fight Someone Else. And then you'd pick, and you'd try and make your character live as long as possible. And then I realized that after the first couple choices, you'd end up with like 20 flipbooks, which takes an extremely long time. If you guys want me to try it out, just throw it in the comments, and I'll give it a shot. So yeah, that's this flipbook with a nice little story. It's not the best flipbook. It's also really, really difficult to flip through, because as you can see, the pages are all cut like that. And I'll explain that in a minute. Now we have another fighting flipbook. As you can see, I did mostly fighting flipbooks then. And the reason for that was because my first ever flipbook was a fighting flipbook. And that's one of the ones that was in the picture of this video. So here's, oh yeah, see? And then it says miniaturize or grab for your character Lanky. So then the second one to this would have been Lanky Grab. So it begins with the same frame. So he's standing there, he just finished stomping, and then it starts with him like that. Now he has to grab, and then he grabs that character. So with that one you would have lost, because you're the Lanky character. So with that one you would have lost, and you'd have to pick miniaturize, or what was the other one? I want to check. Yeah, miniaturize. I'm pretty sure I spelled that wrong, but yeah, he gave it a shot. So that's another cool one. Then this one, I don't think this one has anything to do with the series, but this was a fight flipbook. I actually remember making this. I was like, hey, I'm gonna cut the paper to be extra big, instead of just the normal index card size. And so, I mean, it kind of worked out. I never really used all the space though. He throws a ball at him, falls into a vortex, cuts him with a sword. Oh boy, that's a big skip. Kicks him, but you can't really see it because all these frames are hiding. Falls. Oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Look, he taps him on the shoulder, and then he kills him. It's kind of neat, but it is extremely difficult to flip through with all these broken up frames. Then we have, this one. This was one of the most fun I've ever had making a flipbook. Now this one was really cool. I wanted to make a character jump off of a cliff and like look like he's floating and like flying. So as you can see, he dives first, and he dives, and then he spreads his arms out, and it makes him rise. It's kind of that effect of making him look like he floats. Then he lands in the water. He looked at another character, so he looked at the other character, and the character looked at him. So he's fire, and that other character's water. And they shot. Oh man, the markers changed in between those 2 frames. Yeah, so then they're shooting each other. Man, I should remake this in a video. Hey, just tell me if you want me to remake this flipbook in a video, and that would be pretty cool. I gotta start making some fight flipbook videos. That would be pretty cool. Now on to the next one. Tiny Wheeled Speeder. this is a big one. It's a pretty big one. Now this one, I had a lot of fun making this one. I made this one with a friend, actually. I made a piece of it, and they made a piece of it. Oh, whoa! Why does it go from a monster truck to that? That is pretty weird. Goes up the ramp, he falls. The guy gets out of the car, he floats around for a second, takes his parachute out, lands on the ground, and the car lands on him. Oh, that's kind of cool. The car lands on him, it blows up, and he comes flying in. Oh, you should see a little one of him. He comes flying in and smashes into the camera. That's cool. I could also remake that one. Now, this was one of the ones I tried really, really hard on. This was years ago. I tried really hard on this one to make it look as good as I could and tried to give it a story. So let's see. So, the character looks, there's a red light, the door breaks, he shoots whatever, there's like a hand coming through there. Shoots it, now there's two. One gets eaten by whatever that is. He shoots again, takes away his gun, pulls out a cross and kills him. That's a cool one. Now this one was one of my very, very early flipbooks. He goes, "Come here," with his finger. And then they run at him. He jumps. I know, you guys probably want me to flip it at the same flipbook rate, but look what happens if I do. It just looks terrible, because it's so bad. Maybe I could try and straighten this one out. This one doesn't look super bad. I'll do my best, guys. How did I even flip through these when I used to make them? To show them to people. Oh, that's much better. Cuts the ropes with his legs. Kicks away the big thing, the folder, and throws it at his face. Oh, that's cool. He turns into that big thing. I do have a flipbook where he turns into a character like that. I'll have to find it and show it to you guys. I'm not sure what that one is. I'm honestly not sure. I remember making it, but I'm not sure. This one is called The Flip, I think. It did have a cover. It's a pretty bad animated flip, but hey, he had two legs there. Oh, and now he's just torso. And now he's just a head and legs, and then his body comes out of nowhere. That makes a whole ton of sense. Ooh, this one, Gone Fishing. I liked making this one. I like the cover. The H is a fishing rod, and the eyes are little fish. It's got spikes in there. They got eyes to look like fishing lures. That one's got a little tail. So that's cool. But this one was a very short flipbook, but it took a long time to make. So as you can see, the characters are sitting there, they're fishing. I'll have to tell you the story. There's hills and there's a city over there. They're fishing, and the city blows up. When he smiles, slowly, forget size restrictions and screw the limit. That one, it's kind of funny to me, but a couple other people, but it's not very funny to people who don't understand the joke. But size restrictions and the limit. So when you're fishing, there'll be like you're only allowed to get a certain amount of fish according to the law, and you're only allowed to get a certain size of fish according to the law. And so now that the city is blown up, he's saying that they'll be able to get absolutely anything they want. So that's kind of the joke behind it. But now that I've explained it, that's not funny anymore. So let's move on. We have this one, which I was pretty proud of when I made. It's a little character who does a dance. But that was a marker that bleeds a lot. Like, look, it looks like it's got like a halo around it. Yep. That one's kind of neat. Then this one is multiple flipbooks in one. Oh, that's cool. It's like a little tree spirit thing. Oh, this is a different flipbook now. So it turns into a different flipbook. Oh, that made a whole ton of sense. Now this one. Oh, I was always pretty proud of this drawing. It's like a guy with jetpacks. He just shoots up. That's it. But it's a cool drawing. I think it's a pretty cool drawing. Here's another one. Oh, that's a good one. He has little muscles, and then they just fall off like water. The water droplets, like, all of a sudden got really good detail, like, right there. So, on to the next one. Here's another fight flip book with our good friendly orange paper. Means it's a lot older. All right, let's see. Try and just smack it as hard as I can. Get the paper straight. Wow, that is... Oh, it's one of these ones again. If you were watching early in the video, it's one of the game ones. So he punches, does an uppercut, misses the punch. The guy grabs him and smashes him onto the ground. It's like boulders everywhere, and now he's got big muscles. So I think this was the Rage Monster, the character I'd created. And so now you can pick between him smashing or using fire fists. So then it goes into the next flipbook, which is probably smashing. So he does smash. So he jumps up and smashes the ground and misses. And now you have to choose the next one. So I think the right one there would have been to choose fire fist, because then he would have hurt the other guy. So that was a good one. And then this one, I got purple paper. It feels kind of weird. Oh wow, that's meaningless but kind of neat. His mouth gets bigger. I like some of these frames. The one before that. And then his eyes get covered up. Now we have some veggie garden chips. These are some ultimate rip-off Pringles, but let's try them out and see how bad they can be. Just kidding. Usually the rip-offs are actually pretty good because Pringles are so good. That means, oh my goodness. Why is it not even barely filled up? You guys can see that. There's like that's like 3 inches, 3 or 4 inches that are not even, that have anything in them. Let's grab one of these out. This is cheddar. That is a very ugly looking Pringle. Well, of course they're not Pringles, but they're supposed to look like relatively like them. Yeah, I'm not very impressed. Let's try one and see how they are. Not bad, but they definitely taste like their description. I'm going to give these a 7 out of 10, just because of their health value. Now, I'll never forget the title to this one. Even though I made it a couple years ago, it's just a cool flipbook. And so, I'll never forget it. It was a good idea, but I just really screwed it up. So he's got like these fingers, he puts them together and it creates a little portal. It's probably in a book somewhere, honestly. It's closer and closer, and then it turns into the blue frames. I thought that blend was pretty good. The blue index cards. And then fish come in. I do not know what I was thinking. The fish pulls out a gun and just shoots the thing in the mouth. But I had run out of blue frames. And so it just looks like nothing because I'd run out of blue frames. So I have to get some blue frames and then I can finish that one. And this one's fun. That one has a very abrupt ending also. And then we have the Morpher. This one's kind of cool. It's a bigger flipbook. Looks both ways. It's got some kind of funky grappling hook thing, and then he flies away as a bee. That's cool. Now we have 5 flipbooks in one. We have Dance, Mini Battle, Stone Lift, and Bounce. I'll go through and watch each one separately, and you can watch. So first we'll start with Dance. We'll go left to right. Do a nice little head bob dance. Now we'll do Mini Battle. Wow, that was like quite the one-sided battle. Like I just punched him twice. Now Stone Lift. Oh, he's like trying to balance it on his head. And then we have Bounce. Very traditional, easy flipbook. And then UFO. Oh, this one's funny. So he takes and goes over the cow, and the rays shoot down and smash the cow into a pancake, and then they suck up the cow. Yeah, I don't know what the idea behind that one was, but it was pretty fun. And that's all the flipbooks for today. Now for the legendary first 3 flipbooks I ever made. the Fight 0.01. And then that one doesn't even have a title. This is the Stickman versus the White Warhead. We'll start with the White Warhead. This is the first flipbook I ever made. Actually, I did make one flipbook before this one. It's kind of a funny story, but I actually did make one flipbook where a character was standing in front of a table and he cut a cucumber with a knife. And that was pretty much it. That was the whole flipbook. He just had a butter knife and there was cucumber. I claimed that it was a cucumber, but it looked more like some kind of log. And he cut it in half, and that was the end of it. And then he smiled. But I lost that one. I cannot find it. So we're sticking to the Fight, the Stickman versus the White Warhead. So let's see. Threw up the ninja stars, punched him. Oh, he turns into the big monster. He goes to bite him, but he's gone. And so he cut him in the head. Then he fell over, and boom. That's pretty cool. Then we have the Fight 0.1. Sorry, I'm gonna keep banging them like that to get the frames organized. Oh man, you can see how old that one is. Look at how it's indented there from the rubber band. Hits him with that, grabs him, throws him against the wall. Well, then they gave a high five, and then they left. That one was shooting out dust while I was flipping through it. It's kind of weird. Now for this one. Wow, I put a lot of drawings into that one flipbook. I kind of liked that one. Well, that was a cool flipbook. Be sure to throw in the comments if you'd like me to do that flipbook game or like me to remake any of these flipbooks. Just go back, watch the title of them, or give me a nice little description if they didn't have a title, and I'll try and work them into one of my videos. See you guys in the next one.